The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. There are two treats in store for you tomorrow when you buy Kraft's Parquet Margarine. The whole family is sure to enjoy the appetizing taste of Parquet and the way it spreads smoothly even when ice cold. And this is extra. With every pound of Parquet you buy, you can order a pair of lovely nylon stockings, famous Powers model nylons, at half price. In just a few minutes, I'll have more to tell you about this sensational offer by Kraft's Parquet Margarine. Well, like most old grads, the great Gildersleeve gets a touch of football in his blood this time of year, so he sneaks away from the office occasionally these crisp autumn afternoons to watch Leroy and the boys toss the ball around at junior high school. Another reason for visiting the school at odd hours is his interest in the principal, Miss Irene Henshaw.
Right, George, these fall days take me back to the time when I was chucking a football. Say, there's Irene. I wonder if she'd like to walk down to the athletic field with me. Yoo-hoo! Irene!
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Yeah, I was just on my way to the athletic field. Care to come along?
Well, I was on my way home, but it's such a lovely afternoon.
Sure, come along, and then I'll drive you home.
Well, that'll be very nice.
Good. You're very fetching today in that new suit.
Thank you. Don't walk so fast, Throckmorton.
Oh, I forgot. That's one of those tight pencil slim skirts. You can't cover much territory in that, can you?
Well, it would be a handicap in a 100-yard dash.
Say, why walk at all? Why don't we just sit here under the tree for a while? Or, can you get down to the ground in that skirt?
Come on. I thought you were so interested in football.
Oh, I am?
In fact, I believe you said you were a gridiron great in your day.
Well, I didn't make anybody's All-American. But it was probably because I went to a small school.
Oh.
I was sort of a big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm.
Run way down the field, Piggy. I'll throw you a long one. Okay.
Yeah, there's Leroy and Piggy.
The regular squad has gone to the showers.
Yeah, Leroy's practicing late. But he needs it.
You missed it again.
You didn't throw it right.
I did, too.
You did not either.
Oh, my goodness. I'll have to show those boys how to play football.
You think you should, Throckmorton?
What?
Well, after all, it's been years since you played football.
All I'm going to do is catch a pass and show the boys how to lug it across the goal line. Leroy!
Oh, hi,
Hi, Miss Gildersleeve.
Hello, Piggy.
Good afternoon, Miss Henshaw.
Hello, boys.
Leroy, do you want to throw me a pass?
Are you kidding?
No, indeed. I want to show you how to catch one and run for a touchdown.
Throw him one, Leroy.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
I'll be the opposing team.
Great. I'll circle Piggy's end the way I used to do at stake.
Would you like me to hold your hat, Speedy?
No, I'll make this one with my hat on. Yeah, all right, Leroy.
Okay, on.
Oh, what a wobbly pass. I'll have to reach to catch it. Oh, well, I got it.
Here I come, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Almost forgot about Piggy. But I'll make it. 15 yards more. 10. Here he comes. Flying tackle. Oh!
You didn't make it, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I know, Piggy. Whee, hoss.
Hey, Piggy, that was a keen tackle.
Yeah, but I had a big target.
Yes.
Here's your hat on.
Oh, thank you.
You dropped your wallet. And here's your pen. And your elk's tooth.
You really fell apart.
Well, Throckmorton.
Hello, Irene.
Miss Henshaw, wasn't that a great shoestring tackle?
It must have been. Here's your shoe, Throckmorton.
Oh? I wondered why I was limping.
Well, Piggy, that was the best tackle you ever made.
Thank you, Dr. Olson.
Dr. Olson?
Well, hello, Gildersleeve.
Hello, Clarence.
Oh, do you two know each other?
Yeah, I'll say.
Do we know each other?
Well, Dr. Olson helps coach our backfield when he has a few minutes to spare.
Yeah, Doc's the greatest.
Doc was a real football player.
Well, I was mentioned on a few All-American selections.
Yeah, but he won a few liars contests, too.
Come on, Piggy, run out for a pass.
Okay.
Gildersleeve, isn't this sort of thing a little too strenuous for you?
What do you mean?
Well, when a person is your age, he shouldn't get out on a football field, old man.
Old man.
I tried to tell Throckmorton.
Well, it's hard to tell an old war horse. Here, let me brush off your nice green suit.
It's blue.
Oh, that's grass stain. And with a chalk stripe right up the middle of your back.
Are you all right, Throckmorton?
Of course I'm all right. Thank you.
Throckmorton, you've gained weight even since I've seen you. That's quite a rubber tire you're smuggling around your middle.
You're all right, Olson. Let's go home, Irene.
Yes, I think we'd better.
Why don't I drive Irene, Miss Henshaw home?
Why should you drive her home?
Well, in a little while, you'll be so sore and stiff you can't get out of the car.
Do you think so, Doctor?
Oh, come along, Irene.
You'd better hurry home and take a hot tub, Tubby.
Careful, Olson. Well, here we are, Irene.
Thanks for driving me home, Throckmorton.
Wait a minute. I'll come around and help you out of the car. Oh!
Maybe I'd better come around and help you out of the car.
No, Irene.
Are you sure you can walk?
Of course. My foot went to sleep. Way up to my neck.
Well, I won't ask you in because I really think you'd better go home and have a hot bath.
Now, stop worrying about what the doctor said. He isn't even a doctor. He's just an intern at the hospital.
You seem to know a lot about him.
Yeah, I'll say I do.
What's between you two boys, Throckmorton?
There's nothing between us. Not even friendship.
You know, I wondered why he kept needling you this afternoon after you took that awful spill.
Yeah, he's probably jealous.
Of what?
Well, he wanted to bring you home, didn't he?
Sit down a minute, Throckmorton, if you don't think you'll get chilled out here in the porch swing.
Well, I won't if I sit real close to you.
Well...
That darn piggy.
About this jealousy you mentioned, it's so beautifully developed between you two, it must have been going on for some time, huh?
Well, every time I'm just about going steady with a girl, he shows up.
You mean you carry the ball to the goal line and he wants to make the touchdown?
Yeah, and if he doesn't watch it, I'm going to kick him right between the goalposts.
I take it that this rivalry dates back through quite a few girls.
Oh, no, Irene. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not the fickle type. I'm a one-woman man.
Well, I'm not thinking of you. I'm just wondering how sincere the doctor is.
Well, that's another thing. I remember when I was going with a nurse at the hospital.
A nurse?
Yeah, he tried to cut me out there. And when I was going with Paula Winthrop, he really got obnoxious.
Paula Winthrop?
Yeah, and then when he broke that up, he tried to beat my time with May Kelly. He's real fickle.
Well, I've learned a lot.
Well, you should know about him in case he asks you for a date.
He has.
He has?
He asked me the first day he ever saw me.
He did?
Dr. Olson is a very persuasive man.
You didn't give him a date, though, did you?
Oh, I was tempted, but I didn't think I should on such short acquaintance.
You're so right.
Of course, I feel I know him better now.
He's moving in. Irene.
Yes?
How about a date tomorrow night?
All right. Do you think you'll feel like it after your exercise?
Oh, I'll feel like it. I'm all right. It's a date, then?
It's a date. Excuse me, will you, Throckmorton, while I answer the phone?
Well, I'll have to run along soon.
Well, I'll only be a minute.
Take your time.
Hello?
Oh, by George, a hot bath will feel good.
Oh, hello, Dr. Olson.
Olson, he calling already?
All right, I'll call you Clarence, then.
Zeke, he's breathing down my neck. Yeah, I wish I hadn't gone out to the athletic field and made myself look silly in front of Irene. Yeah, if I hadn't been there, that Olson would have taken her home. And that Piggy. He didn't have to tackle me so hard. I'm beginning not to like that boy.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Hello, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, hello, Piggy.
Piggy staying for dinner. Keen, huh?
Yeah, very keen.
Gosh, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm sorry I tackled you so hard this afternoon.
Just forget it, Piggy.
I thought you'd sidestep the way Dr. Olson does when he's coaching us.
Let's forget Dr. Olson, too.
I don't understand it, Piggy. When Unc was in college, he said they used to call him swivel hips.
Yeah, but then he probably had more swivel and less hips.
You say you're staying for dinner, Piggy?
Okay, I'll lay off.
Yeah.
Hey, Unc, can we have that old football of yours in the attic?
You're welcome to it.
Thanks, Unc.
I don't care if I never hear about football again.
Now, I don't blame you after what happened in front of your Miss Henshaw.
With Dr. Olson around, how long is she going to be his Miss Henshaw?
All right, that's carrying it far enough. I don't want to hear any more about football or Dr. Olson. Is that clear, Leroy?
Okay.
Piggy?
Yes, sir.
Miss Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie.
you think you'll be able to take a little nourishment tonight?
Why shouldn't I be able to take nourishment?
I heard the boys say you got scrimmage this afternoon.
It was nothing, Bertie.
I heard you got knocked flat right out of your shoes. That's nothing.
Well,
Miss Gildersleeve, you ought to take better care of yourself.
now, Bertie.
You ought to go easy because you ain't no boy.
Yeah, I know, Bertie.
There's men in shape and there's men out of shape, and you out of shape.
Bertie, please.
There's one thing you out of shape.
Bertie, I don't want to hear any more about it. I just made it clear to the boys, and I think I should make it clear to you.
Yeah. I'm just being a little sympathetic because you out of shape.
Please don't mention my being out of shape again.
Yeah. But I just feel sorry for you
Why should you feel sorry for me?
because you out of shape.
Oh, I give up. If I stop in at Peavey's and get a heating pad, it'll probably take the catch out of my back. Yeah, I don't want him to kid me, though, so I'll tell him the pad's for somebody else. Hello, Peavey.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Peavey, what do you have in heating pads?
I don't know. I never looked inside a heating pad.
What?
I imagine there's some rubber and a lot of wires in there.
Peavey, you know what I mean.
Well, why don't you say what you mean?
I want to buy a heating pad. Of course, it isn't for me, you understand.
Oh, I didn't say it was.
Well, I want to make that clear. There's no reason for me to buy a heating pad.
Then you don't want it?
Yes, I'll buy it.
Well, you don't have to buy it if you don't want it.
I want it.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're blowing hot and cold in this heating bag.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a little witticism, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hot, cold, and heating pad.
I get it, Pete.
Not until you give me $6.50 for it.
Put it on my account.
Well, one heating pad on one cold account.
Peavey.
You haven't bought much recently.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Peavey.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Olson.
Oh, why do I have to run into him again?
Oh, and Gildersleeve.
Hello.
Well, I'm glad to see you up and around.
Why shouldn't I be up and around? I never felt better in my life.
Will there be anything else besides the heating pad, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Is Gildersleeve buying a heating pad?
Oh, this isn't for Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm buying it for a friend. Wrap it as a gift, Peavey.
My.
And I thought Gildersleeve might need a heating pad after seeing him on the football field yesterday.
Now, see here, Olson. I'm just as good an athlete as you.
Oh, now, come now, Gildersleeve.
Yeah, well, I'll admit my football playing days may be over. But what else do you do?
You name the game.
Well, I'd like to play you a game of handball at the Y.
You're on.
Except the courts are being painted.
He wiggled out of that one.
Well, as a doctor, I might hesitate to recommend handball to a man in your shape.
And stop talking about my shape.
How about tiddlywinks, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Gildersleeve, how about a game of badminton this evening?
Badminton?
You play it with rackets and birds.
Yeah, I know. But I have a date this evening.
I realize that.
You do?
Well, I asked Irene to play badminton, and she said she'd enjoy it, but she had a date with you. Why can't the three of us play?
Well,
Unless you're afraid I'll show you up.
confound it, we'll play badminton.
And I know who'll get the bird.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Here's news for every woman who loves a bargain. Kraft's Parquet Margarine makes it possible for you to get beautiful Powers model nylon stockings at half price. These are lovely full-fashion nylons, styled by John Robert Powers and worn by many of America's best-dressed models. They're 51 gauge, 15 denier, and guaranteed first quality. A specially designed flexible top assures a smooth, perfect fit, and their tapered heel makes ankles look slimmer. They'd sell regularly at $1.50 a pair. But now you can get these famous Powers model nylons at half price, only 75 cents a pair. This is all you do. Buy a pound of Parquet margarine, tear off the yellow panel from the side of the package, and mail it to Kraft with 75 cents. This is just half the price you'd ordinarily pay for nylons like these. Complete instructions for ordering are given inside every Parquet package. You have a choice of 6 sizes, a dark seam or self-color seam, and either Temptation or Glamour, 2 of the season's smartest shades. Order as many pairs as you want, and each pair costs you only 75 cents when you enclose the yellow end flap from a pound of Kraft's Parquet, the margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. You can begin building a luxurious wardrobe of Powers model nylons at half price tomorrow when you buy Kraft's Parquet margarine. Well, young Dr. Olson is proving to be a canny rival for the affections of Miss Irene Henshaw. He has found 2 glaring weaknesses in the armor of the great Gildersleeve: shortness of wind and overweight. However, the water commissioner feels confident he can hold his own in a game of badminton.
Olson doesn't know I used to play a pretty good game of tennis. And badminton is very similar, Leroy.
Yeah, you're lucky, Unc. Smaller court.
Sure, that'll make it easier. Smaller court, smaller racket, small bird. So I'll beat Olson.
Small chance.
You'll see, my boy. There's no exertion to this game. You look how I handle the racket. Hey.
Yeah, you're dynamite. I gotta go lace up my football.
Well, go ahead if you don't want to watch this form. Think I'll practice in front of the mirror. Say, it wouldn't hurt to hit a bird here in the room. They're so light. Leroy, where are the birds?
Did somebody call Bertie?
No, Bertie, I was calling Leroy.
Yes. Thought somebody called Bertie.
The birds are in the box on the coffee table, Unc.
Oh, yes.
Who says Bertie's in a box?
We're talking about the badminton bird, Bertie.
Oh.
Look, Unc, I've laced up that old football you gave me. Catch.
Well, I can't catch it with a racket in my hand. Oh, Leroy, what kind of football is that? It doesn't bounce.
What's in there, boys? Lead?
No, it's full of beans.
Beans?
What's this, my boy?
I filled it full of beans to give it weight.
Oh?
I practiced throwing this to develop my muscles, and then when I pass a real football, I'll throw it a mile.
Oh, my goodness.
Leroy, I'm going to have them dried beans for dinner some night.
Yeah?
What we going to have now? Baked beans out of football?
I'd rather throw them than eat them anyway. Come on, Unc, let me throw you a pass.
No, you threw me a pass yesterday. I've got to concentrate on this badminton. Toss me a bird out of the box.
Okay.
Birds in the box and beans in the football. What this house coming to anyway?
I reserved the court for 2 hours, Gildersleeve. I hope that isn't too long for you.
Not for me, Olson.
No, Irene. Why don't I play you and Gildersleeve?
Oh, brother, does he think he's good?
Well, I've never played badminton, Clarence. I'll just watch you boys.
All right. When my worthy opponent has had enough, I'll give you a lesson. Take the other court, Gildersleeve, and we'll warm up.
I'm warm. Yeah, I'll have the birds flying by him so fast they think a flock of geese went through the gymnasium.
Shall we rally for service?
What does that mean?
Well,
It means 3 times over the net, and the first one who misses loses the serve.
Oh.
Here we go. 1,
2.
3.
4. Oops.
Throckmorton, you missed it.
Yeah, I know.
Now, as I understand it, Clarence serves.
Yes.
Irene, you're catching on to this game in a hurry.
Thank you.
I'll bet if you came out with me a couple of nights a week in no time at all...
Olson, you're served.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Waiting. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Now, watch out for this one.
He's dropping right over the net. I'll have to run for it. Got it.
That's a nice get, Gildersleeve.
Over my head. He's running me to death.
Good, Throckmorton.
I hate to do this to you, old man. Ooh.
Zeke up to the net again. Yeah, didn't think I'd get it.
Watch this shot, Irene.
A beauty.
Confound it, he lobbed it over my head. I'll show him. Zeke missed it. Winded.
Well, Gildersleeve, are you going to play or just stand there holding up the wall?
Yeah. Well, I do have a little Charlie horse, I guess.
Well, you better sit down for a while.
You did very well, Throckmorton. Sit down here by me.
Yeah. Thank you, Irene.
Now, Irene, you can't just sit there. Come out on the court and I'll teach you something about the game.
Darn him.
Oh, I think I'd enjoy the game.
Well, I'd enjoy teaching you.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm ready to play again.
Hey, no, Gildersleeve, no. Rest. Doctor's orders.
Oh, sure.
Now, what do I do, Clarence?
Well, first, Irene, I teach you how to hold the racket.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to put my arms around you to show you the grip.
Mm-hmm.
What is he, a doctor or a Swedish masseuse?
And that's the idea. Now relax while I show you how to swing.
All right. How's your Charlie horse, Throckmorton?
Great. I got a Charlie horse in my head for ever coming out here. Well, I made it through the day.
That you home, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie.
I thought that was you. I'll get dinner ready early so you can go dance.
I'm not going dancing tonight.
Yes. That Charlie horse got you down?
Oh, it isn't that, Bertie. I could dance all right.
Yes. You can dance in one spot. Everything don't have to move just because you're dancing.
I'm staying home, Bertie.
I thought you were taking Miss Henshaw to the dance.
No, Bertie, when I phoned her today, it was too late.
That Dr. Olson beat you to it, huh?
Yeah, he's beating me soundly. Football, badminton.
Romance?
Bertie, please. I don't want to ever hear that word again. I'm through.
Well, that's a good time to quit when she says you're through.
No, Bertie, she didn't exactly say that. But I know when I'm licked.
Yes, sir.
I've never been eased out in such a sneaky way. The big show-off. Him and his tight-fitting T-shirts. And Irene fell for old Musclebound.
Now, Mr. Gildersleeve, you give up too easy. Miss Henshaw ain't the flighty type.
Oh, yes, she is. You should have seen her when Olson was teaching her to play badminton. Neither one could keep an eye on the bird.
Oh? Oh, I see who's at the door.
Yeah, all right. fairness, I guess I can't blame Olson for liking an attractive girl. By George, it's Irene's fault. And if I ever see her again, I'll tell her I never want to see her again.
Miss Gildersleeve, it's Miss Henshaw.
Irene?
Hello, Throckmorton.
Am I glad to see you?
I'm glad you're glad.
Excuse me, something's burning in the kitchen.
Do you think it's terrible of me to stop by?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Olson isn't waiting in the car, is he?
No, of course not. I stopped by to see if you still want to take me to the dance.
You bet I do. I thought you had a date.
I'd rather go with you, and now I can.
Great. What happened to the ham athlete?
Dr. Olson had to go to the hospital.
Hospital duty?
He's a patient tonight.
Oh? What happened?
Well, he got a little too athletic and came down with a badly sprained toe.
Bully for him.
There was a football on the field this afternoon, and he said, "Watch me kick it through the goalpost."
Yeah?
And then, the strangest thing happened, Throckmorton. He ran up, kicked it, and beans scattered all over the field.
Well, Doc got some of his own medicine.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Tomorrow's the day to buy Kraft's wonderful Parquet margarine, the margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. You'll enjoy Parquet's freshness and flavor, and you'll also enjoy the opportunity to build a glamorous hosiery wardrobe at half price. In every package of Parquet margarine, you'll find full instructions for ordering famous Powers model nylon stockings for just 75 cents. When you go shopping tomorrow, remember to get Kraft's delicious, smooth-spreading margarine, Parquet margarine.
The nurse said Dr. Olson was in this room, Throckmorton.
Good. Let's hurry and see him so we can be on our way to the dance.
It's very considerate of you to bring him a gift.
Well, Irene, this is my way of forgiving him for ribbing me about my Charlie horse. You go in first.
All right. Clarence.
Come in. Oh, Irene, how nice of you to come see me.
Hello, Clarence. How's the sprained toe?
Oh, it's better. How did you ever get rid of that big fat waterfall? Oh, hello. I didn't see you.
I know.
Now, Clarence, that's no way to talk about a man who's bringing you a gift.
A gift from Gildersleeve?
Yes, Olson, on our way to the dance tonight. I wanted to give you my heating pad.
Gildersleeve?
Come along, Irene. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Kathy Lewis, Lillian Randolph, Tommy Cook, Peter Leeds, and Dick LeGrand. Musical composition by Jack Beacon. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What goes into your favorite sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard, Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced. Or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. There are so many good reasons for serving Kraft's Parquet Margarine. Parquet gives you what you've always wanted in a table spread. It looks wonderful, it tastes wonderful, and it spreads smoothly even when ice cold. But there's still another reason for buying Kraft's Parquet regularly. With every pound, you can order a pair of famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. In just a few minutes, I'll tell you more about this sensational offer by Parquet Margarine. Well, it's a cold, gray Sunday afternoon in Summerfield. A light snow is falling. And all in all, it's the kind of day that might seem dull to some people, but not to the great Gildersleeve. For a bachelor, he's a great home lover, and he's looking forward with considerable relish to spending the day by the fireside with his nephew, Leroy.
Right, George. This is my kind of weather, Leroy. If I was a bear, I'd hole up in a tree.
If you were a bear, it might be a good idea. It's hunting season.
Yeah, just look at the snow settling on the window panes. We'll throw another log on the fire and have a fine afternoon.
We will?
Just you and me.
Well, gosh, Unc, I plan to go to the movies with Piggy and H.H.
Who's H.H.?
Hole in the head.
Hole in the head? What a name.
Well, his name is Humphrey Higginham, but he'd rather be called Hole in the Head.
Well, anyway, you don't want to go to the movies this afternoon, Leroy. Haven't you any appreciation of home and family?
Well, sure, but...
Think of the fun there is in just sitting, staring into the fire.
Oh, sure.
It's the holiday season, nearly Thanksgiving. On a cold, snowy day like this, it might be well to read Pilgrim's Progress.
Oh, brother.
It's very evident you don't want to stay with your old uncle.
Well, Unc, I'm surprised you haven't got a date.
A date?
Well, Miss Henshaw, the school principal, is probably as lonesome as you are.
I thought just you and I...
It's a fine afternoon for you and Miss Henshaw to sit on the couch in front of the fire. You could read Pilgrim's Progress.
Well, we might not do that. Yeah, I mean, we've both read it. Why don't I call Irene?
Well, I wouldn't if your heart isn't in it.
You what?
Well, maybe I should stay with you.
Now, Leroy, I don't want you to give up your friends and your movie. You don't think about me.
Oh, I can't help thinking about you. Wouldn't be right for me to go off and practically force you to spend the afternoon with Miss Henshaw. Alone.
Leroy, you said you were going to a movie. Now go.
Okay. And is it all right with you if I go with the kids to the drive-in after the movies?
Fine. In that case, I might just ask Miss Henshaw to stay for dinner.
Sure. Live it up, Unc.
No, I'm just interested in spending a quiet afternoon and evening. Yes. Bertie.
Yes, Miss Gildersleeve?
Leroy won't be here for dinner.
No, sir.
So I thought I'd invite Miss Henshaw over.
Oh, yes, sir.
Could we have something a little extra special?
Yes, sir. Just leave it to Bertie.
Good.
Bertie will light the candle, serve the dinner, put on some soft music, and make herself discreetly scarce.
You wonderful, Bertie. Yeah, I better phone Irene and tell her what's cooking.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The afternoon is beginning to shape up.
Hello?
Irene, this is Throckmorton.
How are you, Throckmorton?
Great. And I have a great idea.
Oh?
There's a big fire in the fireplace here, and Bertie's preparing something extra special for dinner. How'd you like to share the day with me?
I'd love to.
Swell.
But I'm busy.
Oh. What does he look like?
Oh, wavy blonde hair, deep blue eyes, long lashes.
Long lashes?
And 5'2".
He's that short?
Throckmorton, She is the 9th grade teacher.
Oh, well, I wasn't concerned, of course.
I've been promising for weeks to drive out to her father's farm with her.
Well, you've been promising for weeks. Couldn't you postpone it another week?
No, I'm afraid not. They're expecting us. We're going for some cranberries.
You going to pick cranberries today? Yeah, Irene, it's cold outside.
I know.
It'll be warm here by the fire. We can toast marshmallows and popcorn.
Tell her about Pilgrim's Progress.
Hey. Quiet, Leroy. How about it, Irene?
I'm really terribly sorry, Throckmorton, but Miss Gunther won't drive out there alone, and I can't disappoint her.
Well.
Won't you invite me another time?
Yeah, of course, any time at all. But it's going to be a dull afternoon for me, here all alone.
I'm sorry, Throckmorton.
Well, have fun with the cranberries.
I'll try. Bye.
Goodbye, Irene.
She'd rather be in the cranberry patch than with you, huh?
All right, Leroy. But I'm not going to stay here alone if Irene can't come. I'll invite that cute little travel agent, May Kelly.
Miss Kelly? Hey, now, I think I'll stay home.
No, you won't, young man.
Okay, huh?
That boy's growing up too fast. I won't take any chances on May turning me down. It'll be pretty hard for her to say no if I come to her door and say, well, let's go. Here, snow's getting a little deep. Yeah, I'll get May and hurry back home. Then let it snow. We might even get snowed in.
I'll be right there, Joe.
Joe? She must be expecting somebody else.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I did... Throckmorton.
Hello, May.
I was expecting Joe.
No.
Oh, come in, you silly boy.
Well, I don't know if I should, with Joe coming.
We're going skiing.
Skiing?
I was lacing my boots. That's why I couldn't answer the door.
Well, I thought we might spend the afternoon and evening at my house, by the fire. Bertie's preparing a big dinner for us.
Really? Oh, Throckmorton, I didn't know about this.
Well, I didn't know about Joe either.
Oh, Joe's just one of the boys.
One of the boys?
Yes, one of our skiing group. The same crowd goes up to the snow every winter.
Well, I didn't know you were sliding down hills with fellows I don't even know.
But, Throckmorton, you have other dates?
May, you're trying to change the subject. I came over here feeling sure I could count on you.
You planned all this just for me?
And if you don't come, I'll be sitting by the fire all alone.
You really want me to come, don't you?
You bet.
You're sweet to ask me, and I wish I could. But while you're sitting by the fire alone, I want to give you something to think about.
Oh? I'll think about that kiss all winter. Snowing harder. Yeah, no use telling May I asked Irene over first. She never would have kissed me on the cheek. That May's quite a girl.
Hey,
Yo, hello, Leroy. Haven't you gone to the movie yet?
I'm just on my way to meet Piggy and Hole in the Head. You all dated up?
No, Miss Kelly can't make it either.
Tough, Unc. Why don't you join our Lonely Hearts Club?
To the movies, young man.
Okay, so long.
Lonely Hearts Club. Well, if I can't have one of my girlfriends, I wonder if Peavey can come over. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It's cold.
Yeah, quite a blustery day.
Yeah. The weather always lets you know when it's close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it looks like we're close to Valentine's Day.
What?
You have a red Cupid's bow on your cheek.
Oh, glad Leroy didn't see that. I thought all girls these days used lipstick that was smear-proof.
I see you don't get kissed by many girls.
Oh, right, Peavey.
See somebody off on the train?
No, it was somebody going on skis.
Give you a peck as she passed, did she?
Now, let's not get too curious, Peavey. There. Yeah, I wiped it off.
Well, I'm not curious, but Mrs. Peavey will want to know all about it. She's visiting her mother, and when she gets home, she'll want to know all the news.
Say, you are batching this week, aren't you?
Yeah, just me and the parent. I do the cooking, he does criticizing.
Oh?
He says, Mr. Peavey do this and Mr. Peavey do that. Who does he think he is, Mrs. Peavey?
Peavey, how'd you like to come over to my house for dinner tonight?
Yeah, I am getting a little tired of eating crackers with the parrot.
Right, George. Bertie's cooking a big dinner. There'll be nobody there to eat it but you and me. What time do you close the store?
On Sundays, I usually close around 2 o'clock.
You'll come over as soon as you close up. I've got the whole day planned.
My, you're doing all this for me?
Who else? It's a fine day for good friends to be together.
Yeah, I always like to get friendly with Bertie's dinners. Very nice of you to think of me.
Don't mention it. What are friends for?
Well, you borrow money from. You do want to get me over there to borrow some money, do you?
Peavey, how can you say that? You're my closest friend.
Yeah, I'm so close you wouldn't get any.
Oh, my goodness. Hurry over, Peavey. Bertie!
That you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, it's me.
I thought that was you.
You can go ahead with the dinner plans.
Yes, sir. You got a pretty girl coming over?
No, I got a friendly neighborhood druggist.
Come again?
Mr. Peavey is going to be our guest.
Oh, yes, sir. Ran out of girls to ask, huh?
Well, Miss Kelly had a date to go skiing.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Miss Gildersleeve.
What's there to be sorry about? Mr. Peavey and I'll have a fine day together. Yeah, I'm not the kind of fellow who has to spend all his time with good-looking girls.
No, sir?
Actually, there's no greater enjoyment than getting together with an old and true friend. Talking man talk.
Yes, sir.
We can play pinochle, talk politics, smoke cigars. Yeah, I'm glad it turned out this way.
Want me to answer the phone?
Yeah, I'll take it, Bertie. Hello?
Throckmorton, do you know who this is?
Oh, hello, Grace.
This is May.
Oh.
Who's Grace?
I didn't say Grace. I said that I thought you were some other place. Skiing.
No, I'm home.
What happened to Joe and skiing?
Well, it snowed so hard the skiing party was called off.
Well.
Is that fire still burning in your parlor?
Is that fire still burning? May you ski right over.
Oh, isn't it wonderful the way things worked out, Throckmorton? Now we have all afternoon and evening together.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Goodbye. Right, George, she's coming, Bertie.
Yes, sir. But what you gonna do about Mr. Peavey?
Peavey? Yeah, I did tell him this dinner was planned just for him. Yeah, I'll have to call and explain.
Yes. But just say, sorry, Mr. Peavey, but instead of holding pinochle hands, I'd rather hold hands with Miss Kelly.
So I won't say that. What will I say?
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment. When you tell a woman about a real bargain, things begin to happen. And believe me, they've been happening ever since I began telling you about Parquet Margarine's wonderful offer to send you Powers Model nylon stockings at half price. More than 1 1/3 million pair have already been ordered, and the same women are reordering again and again. Just imagine getting first quality Powers Model nylon stockings at half price. Only 75 cents a pair instead of $1.50. These beautiful nylons were designed by John Robert Powers to flatter the legs of America's most glamorous models. They're 51-gauge, 15 denier, and they have a flexible top and a tapered heel for perfect fit. A famous testing laboratory reports these Powers model nylons are the equal in quality and wearability to nylons selling regularly at $1.50. But you can order as many pairs as you want for only 75 cents and a yellow end flap from a package of Kraft's margarine for each pair ordered. You have a choice of 2 popular shades and either a dark seam or a self-color seam. Complete instructions for ordering are given inside every package of Kraft's Parquet margarine, the delicious margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. You can start building a luxurious wardrobe of nylon stockings at half price tomorrow when you buy Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Well, there's an old Chinese proverb which says, if you don't want somebody to come to dinner, don't invite them. The great Gildersleeve wanted one of his girlfriends, but when this didn't work out, he invited his old friend Peavey. Now that his girlfriend can come to dinner, how does he get rid of an old friend?
Yeah, I was just too lavish with my invitations, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
I'm too big-hearted.
Of course, I got enough dinner for 3.
No, that's not the point. I asked Miss Kelly before I asked Peavey, so it should be our afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll phone Peavey right now and save him the trip over. He's a druggist. He should know he shouldn't come out on a cold day like this anyway. He never should have accepted my invitation.
No, sir.
Right, George, I don't want anything to interfere with my date with Miss Kelly. I've planned the afternoon too well.
And too often.
He doesn't answer. No? Yeah, but he's already closed. It's after 2 o'clock.
He's probably on his way over.
Well, the way to get out of this is to put a note on the door. I'll just write it on this phone pad.
What you gonna say? Measles?
No, I'll just say, sorry, Peavey. My plans have changed. We'll explain later. Yeah, Peavey will read this and think there's nobody home.
Yes, sir.
This is the best way to handle it, Bertie. Better than trying to explain it to him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll use this thumbtack we hang the Christmas trees on every year. Yeah, that does it. Sometimes, Bertie, you have to go to great lengths to protect a friendship.
You sure go out of your way to do that, all right.
Hey, just in time. Look out the window, Bertie. He's rounding the corner.
Well, Bertie better get in the kitchen or there won't be any dinner for your guests, whoever it turns out to be.
All right, Bertie. Here he comes up on the porch. He's at the door. He must be reading the note now. Oh, why does he ring the doorbell after I left him that note? Peavey's getting a little pushy. And now that I've written the note, I can't answer the door. It looks as if I didn't want him.
Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie?
I saw that note you wrote blow across the driveway out back.
Oh, my goodness. Then he didn't see it. It must have blown off the door.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm in this so deep, I'll just have to wait for him to go away.
It's too bad Mr. Peavey can't be with us.
Yeah.
We still can feed 3.
Yeah, I know.
Plenty of food.
All right, Bertie.
Food for everybody.
Yeah, it's too late. I'm afraid Peavey's gone. I'll sneak a peek out the door.
Boo.
I thought you'd gone. Yeah, I mean...
Part of my patience is gone, but when you didn't answer the bell, I assumed you were busy in another part of the house.
Yes, he's been busy, all right. Hello, Mr. Peavey.
Hello, Bertie.
Let me take your coat and hat.
There.
Maybe Peavey won't want to take off his coat and hat.
Well, I'm not going to eat with my hat on. Hey, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Well, Peavey, we're good enough friends for me to tell you I've invited Miss Kelly over.
You don't say?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she can join us. I've always been fond of Miss Kelly.
But I invited May before I asked you.
Well, ladies first, I always say.
Well, I thought I'd mention it because I didn't know how you'd feel about sticking around under the circumstances. I wouldn't want you to feel that 2's company and 3's a crowd.
I won't feel crowded with Miss Kelly around.
Oh.
Hello, Leroy.
Are you coming in the movie?
I thought I would. How is it?
Keen. 5 guys shot in the first picture. I just come out to get some popcorn. Hey, I thought you were driving out to the country for cranberries.
Well, it's such a bad day, Miss Gunther called it off.
Does Unc know that?
No.
Well, why don't you go over home?
Well, I had to turn down his invitation once. I can't go over now and say, let's eat.
But Unc's home all alone. He'd be tickled to death to see you, Miss Henshaw.
You think he would?
Well, sure. He planned the whole day for you. He's just moping around the house with nobody to talk to.
Well, you say they shoot 5 men in that picture?
Yeah.
I think I will go spend a quiet evening with Throckmorton.
You know, I love a day like this, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I thought I did.
Here's the holiday nut bowl if you gentlemen care to crack some walnuts and nibble while you're waiting for Miss Kelly.
Thank you, Bertie.
Mr. Peavey, I forgot to ask you how Miss Peavey is.
Oh, she's enjoying her visit with her mother, Bertie.
That's nice.
I had a letter from Mrs. Peavey just the other day.
Yeah, perhaps you'd like to go home and spend the afternoon answering her letter.
But there wasn't much to answer. She just said, hello, Mr. Peavey, give my love to the parrot.
Yes, sir. If you gentlemen want anything, just call Bertie.
Thank you, Bertie.
Yeah, about the parrot, Peavey. If you feel like going home and feeding him at any time, feel free to run right along.
He's been fed.
What a difficult guest.
Miss Gildersleeve, do you want to get it or do you want me to get it?
If it's Miss Kelly, I'll get it.
Yep. Never mind, Peavey. I'll go, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Here I am, Throckmorton.
Well, step in, May.
Oh, it's nice and warm in here.
You bet. Here, let me take your wraps.
Thank you. Is that Mr. Peavey?
Yeah, Peavey's in the parlor.
Hello, Miss Kelly.
Well, how are you, Mr. Peavey?
Oh, fit as a fiddle, waiting for the fun to start.
May, it looks like Peavey's going to stay for dinner.
Oh?
Well, since Mr. Gildersleeve was nice enough to ask me, the least I can do is stay.
I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Now I have an attractive man on each arm.
Yes.
Well, what'll we do before dinner, boys?
Well, I guess you wouldn't be interested in pinochle. That's all Peavey knows how to play.
That's what you think. How about spinning the bottle?
Oh.
Oh, Mr. Peavey, I didn't realize you were so much fun.
Oh, I'm a live wire. I'm here to tell you. You're just used to the stick-in-the-muds like Mr. Gildersleeve.
Why did I ever invite him?
Mr. Peavey, you're priceless. Do you mind if I sit here by you?
I'd be delighted.
I'm about as popular as a porcupine.
Excuse me, folks.
Yes, Bertie?
I wondered if one of you strong men would come back in the kitchen and open a fruit jar for me.
You bet, Peavey.
Well, if it takes a strong man, I guess I'd better do it. Excuse me, Miss Kelly.
Hurry back, Mr. Peavey.
Very well.
May,
What is it, Throckmorton?
now that Peavey's out of the room, I want you to know I only asked him after you said you couldn't come.
Oh, it's quite all right.
No, it isn't. I wanted it to be just we two. You and me.
I like it this way, Throckmorton. I'm just glad I'm the only girl.
Well, I hope you don't think I'd ask another girl with you here.
You want me to answer it? I'm up.
Will you, Peavey? Anything to keep him busy.
Well, hello, Miss Henshaw.
Mr. Peavey.
Irene?
Who's Irene?
What a surprise to see you here.
Yeah, you're surprised, too.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Hello?
I didn't go to the country for cranberries after all.
Throckmorton, who is this cranberry queen?
Well, come in, Irene. I want you to meet someone.
I didn't know you have company.
The more the merrier.
Miss Henshaw, I want you to meet Miss Kelly. Irene, May.
Hello, May. How do you do? I wouldn't have come, Throckmorton, but I saw Leroy, and he said you were home all alone.
Well,
He wishes he was.
suppose I should have called, but since you invited me earlier...
He invited me earlier, too.
Of course. After I couldn't come, I might have realized he'd probably call somebody else.
Zeke.
I'm sure he called you after he left my place. I was going skiing.
Really? Too bad you didn't. The drifts are so deep.
Well, I'm sure I was the last one to be called, but I was the first to answer.
Well, a man doesn't like to be lonesome on a day like this.
Oh, this was just insurance, I suppose.
Yes, but Throckmorton took out so many policies.
Well, let's make the best of it, girl.
Yeah, that's the spirit, Peavey. Help me out.
You know, it does have its amusing aspects. May, did Throckmorton tell you he'd planned this just for you?
No, I...
Oh, yes. The fire, the dinner. He even ordered the snow.
Well, I'll admit this is a little embarrassing, but I'm glad to have you all. That is...
May, he told me if I didn't come, he'd be sitting by the fire all alone.
That's exactly what the big lug told me.
Yeah, he told me that, too, but I'm big-hearted. I'll forgive him.
Oh, well, so do I.
Oh, naturally we forgive him. We consider the source.
They'd really tear into me if Peavey wasn't here. Will you answer the phone, Bertie?
I'm right here.
Did you invite another girl, Throckmorton?
No, indeed.
Miss Gildersleeve's resident. Yes, ma'am, he's here.
Uh-oh.
Just a minute, I'll tell him. Mr. Peavey, Mrs. Peavey got home.
She did? Heavens to Betsy.
Shall I tell her you over here with Mr. Gildersleeve and the girls?
Mother, no, tell her I'll be right home.
Peavey, you can't leave me in this situation.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Next time you're shopping, why don't you pick up a pound of Kraft's Parquet margarine? On the package, you'll see a truly remarkable offer. A chance to get famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. They're 51-gauge, 15-denier nylons and guaranteed first quality. And you could get them for just 75 cents with the yellow end flap from a Parquet package. Get Parquet tomorrow. The delicious margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Kraft's Parquet margarine.
Imagine both of your girls showing up for dinner at the same time, Unc.
Now, see here, young man. You were partly responsible.
Me?
You were the one who told Miss Henshaw I was home. It took a lot of doing to make up with her.
Well, gosh, how did I know Miss Kelly was here?
Well, from now on, don't commit me. Don't tell him I have a date. Don't tell him I'm home. Don't tell him anything.
Okay. I'll get it, Unc.
Now, you remember that, Leroy.
Oh, sure.
It's important.
Hello?
Leroy, this is Miss Henshaw.
Yes, ma'am?
Hereafter, don't tell the girls anything.
What's your uncle saying?
He says don't tell you anything, Miss Henshaw.
Miss Henshaw, Leroy, give me that phone. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willem Waterman, an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White. It is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Kathy Lewis, Lillian Randolph, Viola Bond, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Easton saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too, but here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft prepared mustard on the table. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.
The
Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers and importers of the world's favorite cheese, now brings you a new triumph of cheese making. It's Kraft Natural Swiss cheese, sliced and sealed by Kraft for your convenience. Natural Swiss cheese is the kind with the holes. Try Kraft Natural Swiss soon. We're sure this new addition to the Kraft family of quality foods will become one of your all-time favorites. Well, the first harbingers of Christmas are beginning to appear in the shop windows, and the Great Gildersleeve is painfully conscious of this as he walks down the street this morning. One of the penalties our water commissioner pays for his popularity is the long list of Christmas presents he must buy.
Why, George, the stores look great. If a man doesn't want to be tempted, he should walk down the street with a sack over his head. Even Peavey has his windows all tricked up. What's the sign say? Come in today and take advantage of Peavey's after-Christmas sale. After Christmas? Oh, Hello, Peavey.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
You can explain why you have that sign in the window.
To get curious people like you in the store.
Peavey, I'm not curious.
You're in the store.
Yeah, all right. Why are you having an after-Christmas sale before Christmas?
Well, if I don't sell the stuff before Christmas, I'll have to put it on sale after Christmas, so why not sell it now?
Peavey, you're pretty shrewd.
I think so. At least I'm a month ahead of the other merchants. What can I tell you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, don't start on me yet.
I thought you might want to bring Yuletide joy to somebody's heart with a hot water bottle, maybe.
Yes.
We have them in attractive colors this year. Baby blue with pink stoppers and...
Sorry, Peavey, but I'm being very careful about my purchases this year. I'm not throwing my money to the winds.
I'm not asking you to do that. Just toss a little in the store.
I will. Trouble with me is I get carried away with the holiday spirit. Every year it takes me until Thanksgiving to pay my Christmas bills.
You don't say.
Getting so that's what I have to be thankful for.
Well, bills can be a problem if you let them get away from you.
You bet. Now, here's my check from the water department. It should take us through the month. By the time Leroy taps me for his Christmas money and I buy a few things, it'll be gone.
Yeah, it took me 20 years to work out a solution to that problem.
Oh?
I called a family conference.
What'd you do, Peavey?
Mrs. Peavey and I took our month's earnings and put it out on the table. And I said, Mrs. Peavey, this money is as much yours as it is mine. Now, how do we get rid of it?
Well, how did she get rid of it?
She didn't. She put it in the bank. You see, women don't like to spend their money. They just like to spend yours.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I might try it on Leroy.
That's what I say.
You let him in on the family finances, and he'll share the responsibility of staying within the budget.
Well, it worked with Mrs. Peavey. It's all I can do to get car fare to town now.
No, Peavey.
But I've got an ace in the hole. I've never told Mrs. Peavey that I'm getting 35 cents for malt.
You haven't?
And that's not all. One day a traveling man came in for lunch, and he left a quarter under his plate. I didn't tell her about that either.
Peavey, you know you don't keep any secrets from Mrs. Peavey.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Bertie, have you seen Leroy?
He's studying his homework.
Leroy studying? It is getting close to Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Well, when he finishes, I'd like to call a family conference.
Something wrong?
No, I have a little idea I want to sell Leroy. You know how he runs through money at Christmas time.
Oh, he's got a list of things a mile long he wants to buy.
Well, on my way home, I stopped at the bank and cashed my salary check.
That's good. The grocery man and the milkman left their bills this morning.
Not so fast, Bertie. That's not why I cashed the check.
No, sir?
At least I want Leroy to see the money before it's all gone.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Unc. What's up?
Leroy, I'm calling a family conference.
Oh, for corn's sake. I'll go back and study.
You wait a minute. This one's going to be different.
You mean somebody can talk besides you?
We are going to decide what to do with our monthly paycheck.
What do you mean, our?
I'm glad you asked. Come over to the table here and sit down.
Okay, I got no money. What can I lose?
If this don't concern me, like, for instance, a raise in salary, Bertie will go to the kitchen.
We'll excuse you, Bertie.
Yes, I thought so.
Of course, this may have some bearing on a future raise, if Leroy cooperates.
Yes, sir. Leroy, pay attention to your uncle.
I always do pay attention to her. Come on, Unc, let's get back to that check of ours.
Well, here's our monthly salary in cash. I'll put it right here on the table.
Hey, looks a lot bigger all spread out.
Don't be deceived. There's a place for every penny. And it's up to you and me to put it in the right place.
Yeah?
It's half yours, you know.
Okay, I'll take my half. I got places for it.
Leroy. Hands off.
But you said...
Just a minute. You didn't listen to all I have to say.
Oh, sorry, Unc. The sight of money made me flip my lid.
Yes.
I got Christmas presents to buy.
Well, that's why we've called the meeting.
Something tells me I'm coming out on the short end of this deal.
In the long run, we'll both benefit. Are we going to spend this money willy-nilly during the holidays and be in debt for months? Or shall we live within our budget?
Have we got a budget?
Well, our paycheck's our budget. We have just so much for food, so much for clothing, your schooling, and for the rainy day that always comes.
Why do you need more money when it's raining?
Leroy, this is serious.
Boy, is it?
Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Next summer, you'll want to go to camp.
I'll say.
And if we watch it through the holidays, chances are we'll have the money for it.
Hey, Keen.
So, I believe we've decided we won't spend it for Christmas.
Well, wait a minute. How am I going to buy my presents?
Well, it's only December 2nd. Plenty of time to earn money outside and not touch the family coffers.
Well, if it'll help me go to camp.
Yes, indeed, my boy.
I can work after school at the corner grocery.
Yeah, there are a lot of little jobs you can pick up and make Christmas money.
Well, heck, I'm not worried about me. But what are you going to do for outside money?
Me?
You'll need a lot. You've got so many girlfriends.
Well, of course, I'm the wage earner.
Ah, you mean you can spend our money, but I can't?
Well...
The deal's off.
But...
You tried to trap me.
No, Leroy.
You want to spend our paycheck, but you don't want me to.
Yeah, I don't want either one of us to. I mean...
Okay. We don't buy presents unless we earn extra money. Either one of us.
Well, when you put it that way.
That's the way you put it. Hey, Bertie.
Yes, Leroy?
Unc had a great idea about both of us earning spare money for Christmas. Now he's backing out. What do you think, Bertie?
Well, they say what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
Yeah.
But, Leroy, I'm water commissioner. I've no time for earning money on the outside.
And I got to go to school. But I'm going to make time. So why can't he, Bertie?
What's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
We know that.
Okay, Unc, I'll let you off the hook.
What?
I just wish you wouldn't bring up these things and then let me down. Well, let's spend the money willy-nilly.
If that's how you feel, we'll both earn our own Christmas money.
That's nice. What's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
Oh, I'm a goose for ever starting this. 9:30, and Bessie hasn't come to the office yet. What a secretary. Oh, well, she may not be the smartest secretary in the world, but she's honest. Hey, what's this? Oh, a note she left in the typewriter last night. Yeah, let's see. Dear Mr. Gildersleeve, sorry I'm late, but my alarm clock didn't go off this morning. Oh, my goodness. Who does she think she's kidding?
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bessie.
I guess you got my note.
Yes, I did. Bessie.
Yes, sir?
When you wrote that note last night, How did you know your alarm wouldn't go off this morning?
I knew I wouldn't set it.
Oh.
It would be silly to write you that note and set my alarm clock. Why, that would be telling a fib.
Bessie, you've been late to work practically every morning.
Yes, sir.
Why is this?
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, I know it upsets you when people know you're late to the office, so I stay away until after you come so you won't be embarrassed.
Confound it, Bessie. From now on, let's be here on time.
Yes, sir. Well, do you want to start dictating right away, or do you want to go in your office and think about what you want to dictate first?
Well, I'll admit I have some thinking to do. Come into my office, Bessie.
Am I going to think with you?
I want to bounce some ideas off you.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bessie, I'm afraid I've been maneuvered into what could be an embarrassing situation.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Gildersleeve. It isn't the first time.
Bessie, will you just listen and refrain from comment?
Oh, that's right. You just wanted to bounce the ideas off me, didn't you?
Yes. What I'm getting at is I made an agreement with Leroy that we both earn our own Christmas money.
Isn't the water department still paying you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I get a trickle. But this year, we're not touching the family funds. I have to get it on the outside. Now, what would you do, Bessie?
I'd demonstrate mud packs.
Mud packs?
Yes. I saw an ad for somebody to sit in Hogan Brothers' window and demonstrate mud packs. That's what I'd do.
Bessie, make a public display of yourself?
Well, who'd know who I was with mud on my face?
Zeke. Bessie, this has to be something I can do. It has to be dignified work. Or something I can do without having people know I'm doing it.
Well, that's what I liked about mud packs.
Forget the mud packs.
Yes, sir. You could sell Christmas cards.
Please, Bessie.
Well, you could do it at night when nobody could see you.
Bessie, you'd better run along.
You don't need me?
No, I'll bounce my ideas off the wall.
You mean I can go for the day?
No.
Hello? Anybody home?
We have a caller, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, close my door and see who it is.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's see. What can I do to earn Christmas money? I'll need quite a bit this year. Have to buy something for Leroy, Bertie, the mayor, and Bessie, Peavey and the Jolly Boys. And unfortunately, I'm going with quite a few girls. Irene, Grace, May.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve. It's a cute insurance salesman.
Well, tell him I'm not...
Hello there, Commissioner Gildersleeve.
Tell him to come in.
Yes, sir. I think he's in.
Commissioner, my name's Riley.
How do you do, Mr. Riley? Sorry, but I have all the insurance I need.
You always have all the insurance you need until you really need it.
Well, it's true, but I take my insurance from a relative.
Our company has a new policy that I'm sure a far-sighted man like you will be interested in.
Perhaps, if I didn't take from a relative.
Well, one of our services is reviewing your insurance program, making recommendations.
Like I say, I leave that to the relative.
I know most of the insurance people in town. Perhaps I know this relative of yours.
No, you wouldn't know him. Distant relative.
Well, I'd like to write a policy and make a little extra as Christmas money, but it's nice to talk to you anyway, Commissioner Gildersleeve.
Wait a minute. Christmas money, you say?
Oh, I could use some. Well, I have a lot of calls to make. We're a little short-handed at the office.
Yeah, Mr. Riley, I was just wondering. I know a lot of important people, good prospects. Maybe we can both make some Christmas money.
Are you serious, Commissioner?
Yeah, many an important man has a sideline. Stocks, bonds, insurance.
Fine. I'm in charge of the office. If you think you can sell, bring your prospects around.
By George, I might do that.
I'll look forward to hearing from you.
You may hear from me sooner than you think.
I hope so. Goodbye, Commissioner.
Goodbye. Bessie.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bessie, I want to talk to you about insurance.
I take from a relative.
Oh, pooh.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Tonight, I want to tell you about a wonderful new treat from Kraft. It's Kraft Natural Swiss Cheese, made in this country by Kraft, sliced by Kraft, and sealed by Kraft in handy, airtight packages. Natural Swiss cheese, you know, is the kind with the holes. And it used to be that most of this good cheese with the holes was imported from Switzerland. But now Kraft has perfected a new way to make fine, natural Swiss cheese here. Make it without rind. Make it so that every bit of it has that special heart of the cheese goodness. Every bit of Kraft Natural Swiss has the perfect nut-sweet flavor and the tender texture found only at the center or heart of the wheel of imported Swiss cheese. And Kraft slices this fine natural Swiss for you and seals it in convenient half-pound packages. Try Kraft Natural Swiss cheese. Discover how delicious it is in sandwiches, for cold-cut suppers, with fruit for dessert, with crackers or pumpernickel, and your favorite cold drink for a snack. Once you taste this pale golden cheese with the heart of the cheese goodness, we're sure you'll want to have it on hand all the time. Tomorrow, look in your grocer's dairy case for the long package marked Kraft Natural Swiss Cheese. Well, the great Gildersleeve thought it was a good idea this year to persuade Leroy to earn his Christmas money and not take it out of the family budget. And before the water commissioner knew what was happening, Leroy had him agreeing to the same thing.
Right, George, it was a stroke of luck when that insurance man walked into my office. Yeah, I'd never have thought of selling insurance in my spare time. It's dignified, it's a necessity, and doesn't interfere with my water job. I can just direct prospects to Riley and collect my commission. Yeah, I'll see if I can help Peavey with some insurance. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I want to talk to you.
I'm busy right now.
Well, put down your pen and listen to what I have to say. This is serious.
So is this. I'm writing checks.
Suppose something happened and you couldn't write checks.
You mean like if I ran out of ink?
No.
I got a whole shelf full of it.
Yeah, I know.
Red, blue, green, purple, black, blue, black.
Yeah, all right, all right.
What kind of ink do you want, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I don't want any ink.
Well, then why are you afraid I'll run out?
I didn't say that. You weren't listening. I'm talking to you about preparing for the future.
You don't say.
It's only as a friend that I'm calling this to your attention. But let's face it, we're here today and gone tomorrow.
I don't know where you'll be, but I'm going to be here tomorrow.
You can't be too sure.
I have to be. It's Mrs. Peavey's birthday.
Well, if you don't care about yourself, think of Mrs. Peavey.
I'm not likely to forget her.
Mrs. Peavey undoubtedly has valuables at home that should be protected.
No, Mrs. Peavey's valuable is here.
What?
I'm it.
Peavey, I'm talking about things like jewels that might be stolen.
Well, Mrs. Peavey has a cameo locket with a picture of me and the parrot in it. I don't know of anybody that wants to steal that.
Well, how about your store? It needs protection.
Yes.
I don't want to frighten you. What if you came down some morning and found your pharmacy burned to the ground? How would you feel?
Not so bad. I'm loaded with insurance.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy, I got $6 already.
You have, Leroy?
I got $1 a day for helping at the grocery. That's $6 a week. And with what I pick up shoveling sidewalks, I'll have around $30. How much Christmas money have you made, Unc?
Well, my boy, in the insurance game, the first thing you do is lay groundwork.
Haven't made a dime, huh?
No.
What a salesman. If I'm going to get anything for Christmas, looks like I'll have to buy it myself.
You'll get your present, and so will everybody else.
Well, I don't want any IOUs in my sock. Get on the ball, Unc.
Yes, yes.
Hey, I got an idea. They need a Santa Claus in the toy department down at the Emporium.
Oh, my goodness.
You'd wear a beard, nobody'd recognize you.
I'd rather wear a mud pack.
What?
Never mind. Anyway, there's no money in being a Santa Claus.
Oh, just kidding, Unc. But if you can't sell insurance...
Confound it, I can sell insurance.
Yeah?
Excuse me, I want to see Bertie a minute.
About insurance?
About dinner. Oh, Bertie...
Yes, sir, Mr. Gildersleeve?
In no hurry about dinner.
Yes, sir.
Bertie, have you ever given thought to buying a little insurance?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm a strong believer in insurance.
Good. Now, I have here a little policy.
Oh, I take from the lodge.
The lodge?
Yes, sir. They got a policy for 50 cents a week you can't beat.
I wouldn't get much Christmas money at that rate.
And if you ain't got the 50 cents, they carry you on the books.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd ask.
You ain't doing so well, huh?
Well, Leroy's pressing me. I have to sell a policy soon to save face.
Well, maybe you're overlooking a lot of prospects.
Well, I don't know who.
Well, how about your girlfriend?
My girlfriends?
You got to buy them all presents, so if you can sell them all a policy, you can buy them presents with the premium.
Oh, I don't know, Bertie.
Well, most single girls don't have insurance.
Well, I guess they don't.
No, so they're waiting for the right man to come along. Let him buy the insurance.
Oh, I don't think girls look that far ahead.
Well, here's one that does. Bertie wouldn't have that lodge insurance if she could see the right man in her future.
You wouldn't?
And when it comes to marriage prospects, Bertie's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I guess you're not a good insurance prospect, Bertie.
Well, I'm open for a deal. You get Bertie a husband, and she'll guarantee you get the insurance.
Oh, there must be an easier way to make Christmas money. There's nothing wrong with trying to sell my girlfriend's insurance. It's protecting their future. Yeah, I'm doing them a favor. Besides, I'm getting off the hook with Leroy. Yeah, Irene's a smart woman. School principal. She can see the value of adequate protection. It's a strange way to spend a date, but I'll be subtle about it.
Hello, Throckmorton. Come in.
Hello, Irene. Something for you.
What lovely flowers.
Yeah.
And you enclosed a card.
You bet. Let's sit down and read it.
All right, and then I'll put them in a vase.
Yeah, I gave quite a lot of thought to that message.
Oh? From Throckmorton with love and a thought for your future. What a nice sentiment. What does it mean?
Well, it means I'm interested in your future, Irene.
You are?
And it's high time you gave some thought to it.
Oh, I have. I think about me a lot.
Well, I've been thinking about you, too. And now I am in a position to guarantee your future security.
Well, this is so sudden.
I guess you didn't expect anything like this, right out of the blue, but I just got the idea myself.
For one who just got the idea, you're certainly moving fast.
Well, I have to produce some results before Christmas. I wanted to speak to you about it before I ask anybody else.
Well, it's nice of you to think about me first, Throckmorton. I suppose I should be flattered, but I'm afraid your approach is a little puzzling.
Well, I'm a little new at this, Irene. Don't say no until you've heard my proposition.
What is your proposition?
Well, let me speak frankly.
Please do.
I talked on the phone to Mr. Riley, and he thought you'd be a good risk.
Throckmorton, just how do you mean that?
Well, you're in good health. You have temperate habits. Of course, you'll have to take a complete physical.
I will?
Yeah, of course, Mr. Riley would insist on that.
Who is Mr. Riley?
Well, he's the insurance man.
You mean you talk to your insurance man before you talk to me?
Well, naturally.
How careful can a man be?
What?
You want the report of the veterinarian before you buy the horse?
Well, Irene, in these days, you won't get anybody to take you sight unseen.
Throckmorton, Gildersleeve, I'm not asking anybody to take me.
Well, Irene, you need the protection.
I can protect myself. Now take your flowers and ask somebody else, or you'll never make it by Christmas.
What did I do wrong? Yes, Bertie.
I'm glad that was you. You're home from Northern Valley this afternoon.
Well, I have some news for Leroy.
Yes, sir?
At last, I sold a policy.
You did?
Well, don't sound so amazed, Bertie.
No, sir.
Yeah! Come running, Uncle broke the ice. Yeah! What did you do, Unc? Fall in your reservoir?
Nothing like that, my boy. I sold an insurance policy.
No kidding.
Yes, indeed. I'll have the proof here any minute. Mr. Riley is coming by with my commission check.
Good for you, Hunk. You're a good sport. You didn't back out.
Well, now that I proved I could sell a policy, I think we should give up the idea of earning our Christmas money on the side. I really don't have the time.
I understand, Hunk. We'll tap the budget, huh?
Well, that's the surest way for us all to get presents. Is Mr. Riley, Bertie? I'll go.
Well, here I am, Commissioner.
Hello, Mr. Riley.
You were in a big hurry to get this commission check.
Well, I had a reason. Leroy, look at this.
Gosh, that's swell, Hunk.
Mr. Riley, this is my nephew, Leroy.
Hello, Leroy.
Hi. Mr. Riley, who did Hunk sell the policy to?
Didn't he tell you? He sold it to himself.
Hunk!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. How do you like your Swiss cheese best? In sandwiches, with fruit, with crackers? Tomorrow, give yourself a treat. Get Kraft Natural Swiss cheese and try it your favorite way. Kraft Natural Swiss is the good old-fashioned kind with the holes. But it's made a new Kraft way to have heart-of-the-cheese goodness all through. And it's sliced and sealed by Kraft in airtight packages. See for yourself what we mean by heart-of-the-cheese goodness. Enjoy the exceptional flavor and tender texture of this fine, natural Swiss. You'll be delighted with Kraft Natural Swiss cheese.
It just dawned on me why Irene practically threw me out and slammed the door. She thought I was proposing marriage, when all I wanted to do was sell some insurance. Well, I'll straighten that out right now. Women are so touchy. You have to handle them just so.
Oh. It's you, Throckmorton.
Hello, Irene. I guess you wonder why I'm here.
Well, I didn't expect you back after last night.
Irene, you were mistaken about my intentions.
Oh?
When I said Mr. Riley thought you'd be a good risk, but that nobody would take you sight unseen, I was talking about insurance.
Insurance?
Of course. I wasn't talking about marriage. Proposing to you was the last thing I had in mind.
Really?
Now, may I come in? Oh, what did I do wrong this time? Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Kathy Lewis, Lillian Randolph, Gloria Holliday, Frosty Fowler, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are two kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.